Hello. Hope everyone's okay. Yes, I've painted my face. Why not? Getting my warrior gear. I'm getting into my warrior zone. I mean, I've been listening to warrior music all day. Getting myself humped up. What's the word? You know what I mean? Pumped up. That's the word. So yeah, I just wanted to see how everyone was. Another day. Groundhog Day. But we got this. And I saw something earlier, and I just saw, I'm sure probably things that I talk about might trigger some people, and it's really not meant in that way. Everything that I say is coming from a loving place. I'm just saying it because it needs to be said if we are to get through this time here and come out the other side better than we were when we went in. And yeah, it's just to get the best out of everybody, isn't it? Because I think we've been collectively, it's very easy to, and individually, and I'm going to say this is talking for myself, it's very easy to wallow. I was a master wallower, for sure. I had that shit down. Wallowing. I loved a good wallow. I loved a good pity party for one. Do you know what I mean? I had that nailed. Yeah. And it's a dark place. It's a dark, dark place. But you can get out of it though. You can. Oh, hold on a sec. Oh yeah. You can get out of it. You can. I must have been. I was on depressed. Let me tell you. I'm going to tell you again in case you haven't seen my other videos, because I don't want people to think that I'm coming from some kind of judgy place, because it's really not. So I had when I was 9, as an incident. Let's put it that way. Sexual abuse. Yeah. Then after that, yeah. After that, then I had a weight issue. My parents used to. I was a spoiled brat. Let's just be honest. I was a spoiled brat when I was younger. So my dad was loaded, and I could do whatever I wanted, basically. So, and I was a little shit. And then they used to let me eat whatever I wanted as well. This is where I was going, sorry. So then I gained loads of weight, and I was 13 stone when I was 13. Now, I never thought I was big, because my parents used to always tell me I was beautiful and let me eat whatever I wanted. And whenever we went to the shop, so I'd demand sweets and I'd get them. And then I got to 13 stone. And even at 13 stone, I didn't think I was fat. It wasn't until my brother's 10 and 12 years older than me, who I don't speak to, by the way, as well. So I've got that as it wasn't until we had a pool, right? And I stood next to it was my brother's, he was they were obviously at uni. I was basically an only child because they're 10 and 12 years old. I never spent any time with them whatsoever. I don't speak to them now. Well, sorry, they don't speak to me. Because I got to about 30 after trying to speak to them all the time. You just kind of go, well, what's the, I said, this is one-sided. Why am I bothering? They were just busy living their lives, isn't it? They see each other all the time. They don't bother me. Anyway, we had a pool, and there was a pool party. My brother had a pool party, and I stood next to his friend. I've got a spot there. Just, I know it's there. Yeah, he had a pool party, and I stood next to his friend. I like to dive in, and so he would have been 10 years older than me, 23, and his thighs, my thighs were bigger than his. Sorry. It was only then, up until then, everyone had told me I was beautiful, and there was no problem, and they were just feeding me sweets. And I don't know, something just, and then I suddenly just thought, well, that's can't be right, can it? Like to have bigger thighs than somebody who's 10 years older than me and a man. Like what? And then a friend of mine at school, one day she was like, oh, I've heard about this thing called bulimia. So we decided to try it out, and that was the beginning of that. And then I was bulimic from 13 to 30. I suppose actually bulimia is just something you've always got a bit like. If you're an alcoholic, you're always recovering from it. I guess it's a state of mind, because it's like body dysmorphia. It doesn't matter what you see, you don't see what is. But yeah, I suppose really, where am I now? 39. So probably, as I say, you're always recovering from it. So I'm not sick anymore, but realistically, what I'd say 37. That's 24 years. And then what else? Yes, obviously my brothers. So basically like an only child. My brothers live in other countries and have done for years. They don't bother me at all. And not through lack of trying on my part either. My dad was like, he was a weird one. I think I get him a lot more now just from this last year, just from all the studying that I've done. Because obviously he was a Freemason. He used to go to like lots of Jewish parties. He had this little, I apologise, I forget what the little cap is called. He had one of them. Just loads of things make sense about him now. But I thought he was a legend anyway. He was always one that he took everyone with him wherever we went, in like parties and that. You know what I mean? And he made millions and lost millions several times, and that makes sense also as well, on the basis of what I've learned. But yeah, he was never there either though. He drank a lot and he smoked a lot. He gambled a lot. So yeah, very intense person. Yeah, so yeah, and then I'll just basically, it's just a long string of failures. then after that, yeah. And then I'm not going to go into the relationships again because it's just a waste of time. I don't even want to be there time. But you know, to sum up, I know what, you know, for all the women that are being in relationships where you're being abused, yeah, you need to get out of that. You do. For your sanity, for your mental health. And also for kids as well. That was one of the reasons why I had to try and like really pluck up the courage to do it, end it finally. Was because I thought, what am I teaching my three boys? What is me accepting that behaviour in front of them? What is that teaching them? I want to raise 3 gentlemen, not 3 psychos. Sorry, but you know. And then also, what have they seen? What's that done to them? What impact? What long-term impact will having witnessed all of that had on them? I don't know. I don't know. You think about how you know, anyone that's got any kind of vice or whatever, you generally can trace it back to something that happened in your childhood, can't you? Or a culmination of things. It's definitely attributed to something. And then you got to think about, well, what then that impacts us on how we are when we're older, and then does it then mean the cycle continues, and that's how we see what I mean? And then you've got all these pressures now. I even said it from the beginning of last year. That's why I had to do this. I had to for the kids, because I was like, what am I even doing with my life right about now? Who am I? Excuse me. Yeah, who am I? I was just drinking, trying to blank it all out. But that doesn't do anything, though, does it? Doesn't change the situation. Same as antidepressants. That doesn't solve the problem. It just numbs it. Numbs you to life. So where I was going with that was, we've got to face. We've got to face our own demons first and foremost. If we beat our own demons, which everyone can do, yeah. I had a fucking long list of demons, and you can do it. You can do it. Absolutely. It's a choice. Do you want things to continue as is, or do you consciously want to make an effort to change it? Because your happiness isn't attributed to anything around you. No material things. It's in here. So if you can commit to changing your mindset, that is the beginning of change. Because once you're on it, you know, you start to feel clearer and more focused, and then the thing is, once you've beaten your demons, you know exactly what your triggers are, and you just avoid those things or people. Because all my 100% was just that one person, and then it, you know, I can't blame him. It's myself. It's my choice. I put myself in that situation. Yeah, so it's me ultimately, right? But that he was the trigger, not to blame. I was to blame for putting myself in that situation. Yeah, because actually, if you listen to your intuition at the time, because you know what I mean. And not only that, all the way through, people were telling me, and I just refused to believe it. They were literally blatantly. It wasn't like cryptic. It was like I saw him get a blowjob. No, you didn't. And he'd go, yeah, they're crazy. And I believe him. This is how I just didn't want to believe it. Still the truth though. I just chose. It's like self-torture then, because it's like I know my intuition knew before that. My intuition knew from the get-go that it was a bad idea, but I did it anyway. I kept doing it for 7 years, and ultimately, you know, so I've got no one else to blame but myself. But then I went, you know what? I don't want to feel like this anymore. I do not want to feel like this anymore. There has to be something better than this. That's, you know, and there is. Because once you've healed yourself, you realise ultimately you can. If you want to go, because it's about you know what I'm saying, but it's about your mind, your heart, and your spirit. Those are the things that are being attacked, right? You're never going to find love when you're in that place. Not one that's going to be the right one. Yeah, because you're gonna if you're in a dark place, you're gonna just accept. You're gonna probably do or accept things that you wouldn't do or accept if you weren't in that place, and then that can spiral out of control. So, do yourself a favour. Do yourself a favour, and sorry, I can't listen to this. That was a bit much, wasn't it? I'll put something else on the set. Yeah. We have to try and heal ourselves, our own hearts first. Love ourselves. And it's just that acceptance of it's all right. We all do. Who's a fuck up? Me. Hands up. We're all fucked up. It's all right. It's all right. Got to stop beating ourselves up over it. We're not the sum total of our failures. We're defined by our actions. So if we want to be better, we choose to be better, we act better, then we're better. And every little teeny step, even if it's teeny. But I remember the day I used to lie in bed. I remember when I was in my real bad depression. There were days when I just lie in bed all day. I couldn't even dream of doing that now. And now I'm like, I don't want to sleep. I only sleep because I literally have to, because energetically I'm drained. But if I couldn't, I'd rather not. I'd rather do so because I feel like I'm doing something. Having a purpose, finding your purpose, finding something you're passionate about that you want. You've got to find something that you're passionate about that you want to do to that level. That makes you want to get up. Be excited to get up. Be excited to, you know, the thought of doing that for 8 hours or whatever, if you wanted to, is exciting. And that's if you want to work like that. Because the thing is now we've got options. We don't have to work to these old ways. And that's why there are options. There are so many options. Because if you, and this is why the selling your experience or your story or your stress to success or whatever you want to call it, pain to passion or pain to purpose or whatever, yeah. Because everyone has been through something, and the reason we've gotten in this mess here is because people haven't talked about things. They've been too afraid to talk about things. And then it's built up and built up and built up and escalated, and all of everything in every area has just gotten to crisis point, hasn't it? Like in terms of just all of the systems are failing. I mean, obviously they were designed for us to fail anyway, but like to an obvious level. Like, look at what's going on. And we've just sat back and, I don't know, have we been asleep? How have we let it get to this point? How have we accepted by not doing anything, by not saying anything, by not when an issue comes up, by not dealing with it there and then, not saying it, not telling people they're wrong when they're wrong, whether they like it or not. You've got to be brutally honest now. Secrets and lies have got us into this fucking problem here at all levels. So if things have been, you know, as a problem comes up, if it's dealt with there and then, and the person, as long as you just admit it, like, you know, we all fuck up. That's the point. The fuck up is not the problem. The problem is keeping the fuck up a secret. Like, isn't it? Because if you just admit it and go, yeah, I fucked up. And either it's going to be something you can fix or it's going to be something you can't. And if you can't, you move on. Done. But at least just own it. Whatever it is, if it's in business or whatever, being honest is just so much better. It might hurt, but the pain of the being truthful will be a lot less than the pain of a lie, because that shit will eat you up for as long as you've got it. And then, as I say, it brings other people in. And it spreads then. It's just, you know. So, yeah. I don't really know. I was going to, I watched this. I'm getting really upset. just for a change. About just all of the world's problems right about now. It's really, and I have to wait because I'm getting messages, and there's this definite sense of impatience. And rest assured that shit's going down on Monday. Yeah, because that is the answer. She's got to go. Everything stems from her. So everyone can just Breathe a sigh of relief. Got this. Yeah. Absolutely. And the reason I've got to wait till Monday is because I need to get some money so that I've got the diesel to drive down there. Oh yeah, and I saw this thing. Like, so it was listen, I ain't getting paid for none. I'm doing this because it's for justice. Look at the stuff that I'm bringing out. Look at the people that I'm calling out. Yeah. No one else would. I can though, because I'm protected. Doesn't matter what they do, they can't get me. So I'll keep calling them out. It doesn't matter. And any black magic-y ritual things that they think that they're doing that's going to work, they don't work on me. Actually, all you're doing is feeding into my energy to get me stronger. So keep it coming. But yeah. The only reason I'm doing it is because it's the right thing to do. It's what I've been guided to do. It's what my mission is. It's what my sole purpose is. It is what the information that I'm being given that is this, sort of flow of information and truth. I can't not. That's the thing. I can't stop myself. I can't. It's like it's just constant. Like my brain does not switch off now. It is constant. If it's not asking questions, it's giving answers. It's the best way to describe it. So, you know what I mean? I can't get away from it, and I don't want to. I'm not gonna. This. I don't. It is not. It is justice, is what it is. It is justice for everything. That one there. And now, because we're all part of a global people's army, right? We've got to stop killing innocent people. Think about, as I said it before, an army. They're following orders. They're sent like lambs to slaughter each other, and they're both all innocent, right? That made no sense. Meanwhile, we're paying for serial killers in prison. If they even go in there, if they don't get acquitted because they've got money, right? So we need to stop fighting amongst ourselves. Stop, they've used their various tactics for a very long time to keep us distracted and divided. It's not those times anymore. We have to focus on not each other, all on them. So no more innocent people. Yeah. When I say innocent, the only ones that, the people that should be dying, that deserve to die, as far as I'm concerned, are people that are demonic, that have either invoked demonic or, are evil monsters. And you know what I'm saying. When I'm talking about this, I'm talking about people like serial killers, paedophiles, there's a list. I put them in the thing yesterday, right? People, genocidal maniacs, right? These people, they're rich and high up, and that's why they kept us distracted, so that we're not looking at them and what their fuckery is going on. Right? No. Yeah, we haven't done anything wrong. Everyone's fucked up. Everyone's got a little demon in them, and if that's poked enough, that fucker will come out. What do you think they're trying to do? Seen all these? They're trying to back people into corners to make fucking cause chaos. Yeah, because people's inner demons are being poked constantly right now, and this is why it's so important to get this right. I think it's to be strong, and then when you're coming from a stronger place, it's just you can't even. I can't even listen. Certain people I can't listen to now. So just like I just see straight through them. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe you're telling those lies. Just pure lies. Oh, it makes me angry. You know what I mean? We should just we need to just remember who we are, where we've come from. Right? You know, we've got the blood of our ancestors running through our veins. We've got the blood of warriors running through our veins. We've also got memories, yeah. So you know, in your DNA, you've got half from your mum and half from your dad, haven't you? Right? And in that is their memories in a gene from the other side, and that's in there. So you've got your parents' memories, just as they have theirs. So actually, if you go, so we've got theirs, they had theirs, so on, all the way back to the very beginning. So actually, encoded in our DNA, we have memories going all the way back there. And that's a scientific fact. I'll put a link in. And that's where you get that sense of deja vu. Because you probably have been there. You feel like you've got the memories. So, isn't that crazy? Crazy cool though. Then it's like, how would you remember? Anyway, there's a ways and means, but what are we doing? We need to man the fuck up. Is what we need to do. Yeah, just being brutal, because this shit is not on. It isn't. Think about the kids. Think about our kids. All of the kids that are living. All of the kids in war. I was watching this thing on Syria. I nearly blood my eyes out. There was this little 2-year-old that was stuck in one of those tents. You know, because they're in these temporary tents, and they had it went a light anyway, and they had 4 kids and the parents in this tent, and they were all trying to run out, and one died, and this little 2-year-old got burnt head to toe. And then she's in hospital. Hope she's okay. And they were covered in bandages. Her eyelids are burnt off. How are we allowing this? We should not be allowing this. It is our responsibility. It's all of our responsibility, actually. We've got to stop being so... What happens to us? We should be concerned about everything that's happening everywhere. Because we all came from one tribe. We are family. We are soul family. So that's my family there. Am I going to sit? I'm not going to accept that. That's how I'm looking at it. I'll put myself on the line every single time. Because it's not right. And if it's not right, I'll say so. We've got to stop being so quiet about these things. We need to talk. We need to speak our truths. You know? I'll tell you straight. I'll tell you this as well, the other thing. Yeah? Because I will kill her. I will kill her. And I'm doing it for everyone else. And it's not because I don't want, let's get this right. I don't want no money. Give it all back. I'll make my own money. Yeah, I don't want the title, don't want nothing. Doing it because it's the right thing to do because she's an evil fucking bitch. Simple as that. And she's responsible for a lot of what's going on. Right? Yeah? So the land will go back, the money will go back, all of that. I don't want it. I don't need any of it. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do, because it's the truth, because it is justice, not just for now, but for all things that have happened historically to do with the empire across the world, and which is the reason why certain parts of the country are suffering. Certain parts of the world are suffering. Well, everywhere in the world right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's the right thing to do, and it's out there for sure. But drastic measures need to be taken. We need to remember who we are here. This is not the first. You know, I'm not doing something radical. I'm not doing something that hasn't been done before. This has been done many times in history. I'm just following the lead. And I'm doing it because at the end of the day, what world are we going to have for our kids if I don't? And then I will send out an army. Yeah? For the kids. All those kids that are missing. That are being trafficked. I will actually send out the army. All the armies. We'll find them all. Yeah? We're going to heal. Because we can't, all of these things can be fixed. Literally. And we will get justice. All of the people that have been involved in this fuckery, they're going to go down. I'm going to take literally. Sorry, I just got a new book today. Look at the size of this fucker. This one is John Dee's Spiritual Diary from 1583 to 1608. A true and faithful relationship of what passed between John Dee and spirits. So I've got some lots of sevens on there, 7s and 9s. Don't know, can you see the shapes? Got some squares. They love those squares. Magic squares. Yeah. So yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. This is the kids on the news now. They had to amputate all our fingers. Yeah, no. We're going to talk about these things. We're going to talk about them all. I'm going to talk about them every single day until they're done, until we fix them. Because it's hiding away from these things. They're getting away from it. They're getting away with it. They've been getting away with it because we've been too scared to say about it. We're too scared to call up people to their face and say, you're a fucking wrong un. I ain't afraid of you. And the good thing is, I've got you. Yeah, so tell me, whoever it is, tell me, and I'll call them out. Yeah. We do this together. We'll get them all. The thing is, as I said, If you apologise, if you've done something wrong, just own up to it, apologise. And again, we're all going to make mistakes. There's a massive difference between people that have been sucked into this system, into these lies, actively, because they chose to, because they benefit, or whether you've acquiesced to it. And that is doing nothing. So you're just following the orders, even though you know it's wrong. You're not saying anything or doing anything against it, which is a large majority. Or are you under duress, whatever. You can be forgiven as long as you make it up. Anyone can be forgiven. Really depends on what it is you've done. Yeah. I've got a load of things from here as well. Oh my goodness me. You know, I put those links in yesterday. Or was it this morning? With the was it the council? The council videos. Oh my gosh. I am loving them. Right? This is why videoing. All right. If you're in if you're in a position of power, like in these councils or whatever, or in Parliament, it has to be videoed, because then you can catch them. And also it acts as a deterrent. But at the end of the day, those people are in charge of the rest of the country, right? So they should be accountable. We should be able to check on them to see that they're doing their job, because it's important. We're living in it now. We're living the repercussions of their actions, right? So on that basis, we should be able to check on them at any point. We're paying their salaries, and their actions are of such a high level that they affect everyone everywhere. You know, with their deals and their blah, 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 blah. So on that basis, we should be able to check on them. Anyway, so I'll put that link in. That woman's alleged, Jackie Wilson, yeah, right. So since that, so many are coming on my feed. So many from all different councils, different parts of the world. Oh, it's brilliant. It's so good. I'm gonna put a link. I'm gonna put some in. Yeah, those people. This is why we need it, because it just highlights. If there's somebody in there that has got a problem with being videoed, there's that just highlights there must be something that they're hiding. Because why there wouldn't be a problem? Why would there be a problem with videoing it? Otherwise, it's a council meeting. You know, it's just taking a record of it. So if you've got a problem with being videoed, then there's something you're trying to hide, or what? I don't know. It shouldn't be a problem. It should not be a problem. If you're in a public position like that. So that's the first thing. There's some hilarious ones, literally hilarious. I'll tell you what's given me life as well at the moment. There is a guy he's a fireman from the States, and he's got this. He's like what he's been up to during lockdown, and it's hilarious. He's just giving himself he's like, I've been practicing my fireman skills, and then he's got like toy cats and that he's put up in his garden. So those ones are good. What else? Oh yeah, my mum is obsessed with I think I've said it before. She's obsessed with crime programs. So I've had those on today. Yeah, there was a couple that stood out to me, and I want that. It's more to tell I want that police department to know that I'm on it. Georgina Edmonds. Yeah. There's something, I'll tell you, there's something in this, in not just that one. Right. So the forensics in the UK has been privatized since 2000 and I think it was 2, he said. Right. So if it's privatized, it doesn't get audited in the same public manner. 1. 2, it makes it much easier for people to potentially be corrupted. And if you're dealing with forensic evidence, that would commit or acquit, see the problem? And who are the people running those forensic? Who are the people running those forensic companies? What are their links? We need to get a hold of this, because these police are doing the best they possibly can. And then if it comes down to something like that, and then it's not, they they'll know the truth, but they can't say it because the forensic evidence is coming in. Saying something different. See what I mean? So, yeah. I mean, that case there, 100% the Sun did it. I'm telling you now. Just in case they're listening. All these things here, look, I've got so many. I can't read any of my writing either. Oh. I'm going to just put a load of links in. Yeah, I've got some links on some interesting stuff. Oh, there's oh, what is it? There's a video about an underworld civilization that I just thought that popped up, which I thought was interesting based on my comments yesterday. So we'll have a look at that. I'll put that in there. Oh, the Centennial Bulb. I forgot to put my link in for that yesterday. I'll put that in. Yeah, so overall, we need to... oh yeah, I've got some doctors' ones on COVID, right? So there's a thing, apparently it can cause clotting. They did some autopsies. So I've looked up, excuse me, things to eat, diet, things that improve your blood flow, to prevent that. So it's just things like like herbs and spices and stuff like that. So I've got a list of those. I'll put that in there. Yeah, I'll put the rest of the links in anyway. So yeah, domestic abuse, child abuse, yeah. I hope you're okay. Sending out love. You're stronger than you think. You can do this. You can get through this. Get evidence. Get evidence. Once you've got evidence, it will make you stronger to be able to go, to walk. And we have to man up. We have to do this. We have to do it not just for our own children, for our neighbours' children, for children all over the world. We have to do this. We have to man up. Take responsibility for changing the future. And we have to do it for our elders as well. Yeah, think what they went through for our freedom, and we're moaning about being locked in a house. Come on, please. We have to do this. We have to find the strength and the courage to change. And we'll be better people for it. We will actively take part in changing the future, creating something better. And that process will heal us. And it will heal us all. So, shall we? Looks can be deceiving, can't they? Oh yeah, I was going to say. So this is just the point, yeah. Hair color don't matter. Hair length don't matter. Hair style doesn't matter. What makeup you wear, what clothes you wear. That doesn't define. Doesn't. What does it mean? Nothing. It means I want to wear a wig and paint my face. That's what it means. I'm doing it for a reason. To prove that it doesn't mean anything. No, they're just tattoos. But they mean something to the person, but at large. Yeah, our actions define us. Our actions. So. So I've gone through this so much that it's actually broken. Crazy. What are we on? 7th. Oh yeah, just while I'm looking at it, is this Myanmar? Got you. Coming for you. Don't worry, that fucker's gonna go. Look at them. So I love it. They're peaceful protesting. They just sat there, sat on the floor. Yeah. Right. Sorry. So after this, the Lord appointed. Sorry, this is Jesus sends out 72. After this, Lord appointed 72 others and sent them 2 by 2 ahead of him to every town and place where he was about to go. He told them, "The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Ask the Lord of the harvest, therefore, to send out workers into his harvest field. Go, I am sending you out Like lambs among wolves, do not take a purse or a bag or sandals, and do not greet anyone on the road. When you enter a house, first say, peace to this house. If a man of peace is there, your peace will rest on him. If not, it will return to you. Stay in that house, eating and drinking whatever they give you, for the worker deserves his wages. Do not move around the house from house to house. When you enter a town and are welcomed, eat what is set before you, heal the sick who are there, and tell them, the kingdom of God is near you. But when you enter a town and are not welcome, go into its streets and say, even the dust of your town that sticks to our feet, we wipe off against you. Yet be sure of this, the kingdom of God is near. I tell you, it will be unbearable on that day for Sodom than for that town. Woe to you, Chorazin! Woe to you, Bethsaida! For if the miracles that were performed in you had been performed in Tyre and Sidon, they would have repented long ago, sitting in sackcloth and ashes. But it will be more bearable for Tyre and Sidon at the judgment than for you. And you, Capernaum, will you be lifted up to the skies? No, you will go down to the depths. He who listens to me. He who rejects you, reject me. But he who rejects me, rejects him who sent me. The 72 returned with joy and said, Lord, even the demons submit to us in your name. He replied, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and to overcome all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you. However, do not rejoice that the spirits submit to you, but rejoice that your names are written in heaven. At that time, Jesus, full of joy through the Holy Spirit, said, I praise you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because you have hidden these things from the wise and learned and revealed them to little children. Yes, Father, for this was your good pleasure. All things have been committed to me by my Father. No one knows who the Son is except the Father, and no one knows who the Father is except the Son, and those to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. Then he turned to his disciples and said privately, Blessed are the eyes that see what you see. For I tell you that many prophets and kings wanted to see what you see, but did not see it, and to hear what you hear, but did not hear it. The parable of the Good Samaritan. On one occasion, an expert in the law stood up to test Jesus. Teacher, he asked, what must I do to inherit eternal life? What is written in the law? He replied. How do you read it? He answered, love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength, and with all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. You have answered correctly, Jesus replied. Do this and you will live. But he wanted to justify himself, so he asked Jesus, and who is my neighbor? In reply, Jesus said, a man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho when he fell into the hands of robbers. They stripped him of his clothes, beat him, and went away, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down the same road when he saw the man. He passed by the other side. So too a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed on the other side. But a Samaritan, as he travelled, came where the man was, and when he saw him, he took pity on him. He went to him and bandaged his wounds, pouring on oil and wine. Then he put the man on his donkey, brought him to an inn, and took care of him. The next day he took out 2 silver coins and gave them to the innkeeper. Look after him, he said, and when I return, I'll reimburse you for any extra expense you may have. Which of these 3 do you think was the neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of the robbers? The expert in the law replied, the one who had mercy on him. Jesus told him, go and do likewise. Yeah. So, I love you. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Got this. It's going to be just fine. It's already written. We've already won. We are victorious. Yay! Woo! Woo, 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 woo. It's not going to happen overnight. There's like a load of things. But, you know, hey, I love a challenge. You love a challenge? Love a good challenge. So you just not be stressed about it. Because we know we've got it. We know we can sort it. We know we can fix it. We've got the solutions. Not a problem. Let's just be less stressed about stuff. Because we already know that we can fix it. We already know we've got the people. We already know that we've got the technology. We already know that we've got the power within ourselves. We already know that we're united. We already know that we won. So why are we stressing? Let's not stress. Let's dial down the stress. Dial it down. It's going to be all right. So, virtual hugs, hands in. Woo! Go fam. Love you.